What's good, folks? Welcome to another week of Don't Cancel the Culture podcast, and we got everybody here today. We're gonna let you know who rocking.
Yo, this your boy TK checking in. Make sure you follow Don't Cancel the Culture podcast. Make sure you check me out on Instagram, which is at TK_money on Instagram, and check out the Veterans Media.
What do you say? Do that. It's your boy, Controversial Mike. You follow me on Instagram at MIC_LYFE. Follow the business page at Michael Seymour Designs. And make sure you slide in her DMs, but only for business.
Hey y'all, it's me, Lisa Lee. Don't forget to follow me at attractive_smiley. And you also can follow my business page at C_more_creations.
And it's your boy Stacy, and you exactly where you need to find me. Posting on her daily. But enough about me. Let's get into the show. So first thing first, how you guys day been? How you guys week been?
Tiring.
Tiring? That's good. I mean, you've been doing something productive.
Very tiring.
Tiring. That's good. That's what's up. I like tiring. I don't want to see nobody with a lot of energy. You need to be well burnt out. Well, near burnt out, but you know, still building up that stamina to grind hard. But so today we have a pretty interesting stream. The title of the stream is "This Generation Better Than the Last," and it's inspired by this video right here. So we're gonna show you this video right here, and then we'll come back to it towards the end of the stream to actually discuss it. So here it goes right here. Boom.
Bing bang.
That there was a lot of trauma that y'all passed on, and that trauma is
She in mid speech. Bring that bitch back right. Hold on. Here we go.
Something that black people, especially older black people, are not ready to hear.
a lot of what y'all consider disrespect is younger generations establishing healthy boundaries. And if I can take it a little bit further, the younger black generations are killing it right now. Going to therapy, breaking generational curses, outing predators in the family, exploring their spirituality and going beyond just white Jesus, learning ways to teach their children that doesn't involve abuse, embracing their sexuality and allowing others the dignity to do the same. I hear the older generations complaining about the younger generations, and there's a part of me that just wants to be like, y'all should be really quiet. Like, I'm not saying that the older generations didn't do their best. I'm just saying that there was a lot of trauma that y'all passed on, and that trauma is being overturned right now. And you guys should be thankful for that. Anyway, bless your hearts.
Name some.
All right, so that right there is the main thing that we'll be talking about today. But first, we're gonna get to the news and stuff and break down a few things, a few current short topics. So first thing first, so I don't know if you guys seen this, but it's real interesting. I seen this and found this to be very interesting. So it's a black couple erased themselves from their home to see if their appraised value would go up, and it did by nearly $500,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That makes a difference.
A huge difference.
A big difference. Wow.
That's crazy. Racism still alive.
Definitely. That we see it happen every day. Y'all see that happen, right?
Yeah.
That shit is wild.
In the housing market, that thing is live and thriving. I don't know what y'all think.
But it's alive and thriving for a whole different amount of people. Way different. But it's I'm trying to find this article. It's some article that says like here it goes. All right, I saw a special on NBC, and they reported on multiple states and how this has caused blacks hundreds of billions, not millions, but billions. It was high, like 700 billion over the years of undervalued real estate.
Wow.
So they said, so we got to hire actors or some shit. They got a real estate actor to come take pictures for your crib and putting bitches everywhere and stuff like that. Come and act like they did actual. I got my full name is a white name. I ain't gonna say it. It's not really white name, but it probably could be confused.
It could be, yeah.
I ain't gonna say it for the people so they can come looking at my business and stuff like that. But yeah, that shit crazy.
Well, that's sad though. That's the extreme that we have to take in order for us to kind of benefit in the same way that every other race does.
Yeah,
and it is definitely something that a lot of black people need to be aware of, because And at the end of the day, we are the ones that's falling short in a lot of different things, especially this. If we're being cut by that amount, can you imagine what else they're cutting us on that we don't even know about, especially businesses?
And sometimes we get so used to it. I remember selling a home and going to a black realtor first, and she was basically in her mind as far as the value that we can get to the home was real low compared to when I went to a white realtor, and she was like, "Oh, we could." She threw like an extra $50,000 on it.
You see?
It's
a thing where I don't know if it's the black realtor that decides that, you know, what they can kind of sell the house for because they know their own value in the sense of what they think they can get for it versus somebody who know like, hey, I could push this thing for you and it's probably gonna happen.
Probably because they got connections and stuff like that. They just know.
Yeah, they just know. They got the manpower.
Especially been doing it for a while. You just know. Got an understanding of what it would be. And it's just crazy. But I think we gotta. One thing we also gotta do is if it was a much more people that was able to afford that, as far as our own people, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
That's true too.
That's the value that is supposed to be.
That's true too.
Yeah. Because I know people. I know it gotta hurt sometimes to sell your home. If you're a black person living in a good neighborhood, you probably moving away. Probably hurt to like gotta sell it to like a someone that's not a white person. I mean, so that's not a black people. Like, all right, I'm leaving this area. Like, I don't know. It may not. But I'm thinking think about that. I would rather give it to like my people,
like your own.
But honestly, that's what's in that real estate game. I should say that's what happens. A lot of their own people stick with each other. Mike, you can see that, right? That's what's going. You too. Both of y'all were looking at real estate recently, and y'all both encountered that. No,
we could see it right here where we used to city in Carol City. Basically, you see who moving in Carol City and who moving out of Carol City. So it's crazy to me. The ratio of African Americans when I was looking at buying a house, trying to get a house, is real low. Cause they tell you. You know, oh, you need a credit score and you need this amount of money down and you need to do this. And it's crazy. This is a prime example of what's going on.
You know what I heard? I don't know if it's true or not, but I think I've seen it somewhere as well. So, like, when you do a loan, depending on where you live, they will deny you or they'll increase or decrease the money just off of your zip code.
Yeah, that's been forever.
That's been forever.
What they call a red line? It was
something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's been forever.
That's how Bank of America got hit for stuff like that.
But that in itself is crazy, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the issue with reparations and all that shit like that, and why we've been fighting for so long. Why we so oppressed? Because we haven't been given the same amount of chances, the same amount of opportunities.
Yep.
You know, one thing about it, even when it comes to everything, equal
opportunity.
I don't give a fuck about. I do give a fuck about equal outcomes, but I'm really concerned with equal opportunity. Equal outcomes, you cannot guarantee equal outcomes for everyone, but just the equal opportunities, yeah, go ahead and get that up, because they will go ahead and give those other folks as many opportunities, as many loans as possible to keep fucking up, and they will bail them out after their fuck up.
That's true.
And give them education to even after
to help them out. Yeah,
keep forgiving them, but we don't even get the one chance, you know.
Not at one.
And if we do get that one chance, you better not fuck up. Because if you fuck up, you're gonna damage a lot of other people's chances.
That's true too. You know? But that just goes to show you how fucked up this is in a sense anyway. Because it should not be, because if let's say Tom, Dick, and Harry fucks up, right?
Yeah.
They look at it as that was Tom, that was Dick, this was Harry.
Yeah.
Now if Ricardo fucks up, they're gonna look at it and say Ricardo and that race of people fucked up.
Yeah, and that's why representation is so important, is to show like the different range of black folk or colored folk or POC, how the TikTokers say. TikTokers got their own damn language.
I like TikTok, so
they lame.
I like TikTok.
That's a new age. That's
POC.
TikTok is all Vine.
But yeah, but
I like TikTok.
They we need more different representation, so you will understand that okay, you have these people could do these things, or that they could be this or that. It's not a monolith. We don't all think that same way. That's why a lot of times when they say, "Oh, black people do this or black people do that," sometimes the things that they refer to is actually a small minority of people that they use to overshadow everything. Even when it comes to just people that actually live hood life, thug life, that's a small minority of people. If we go to high schools, it's probably was dangerous, but you had a small amount of people that was causing
the big drama. Yeah,
not the whole school. Yeah, you
have some schools that's like high learning, but
you have the people that you move a certain type of way. You adjust to your environment just to survive.
Sure do. Yeah.
And not everyone is a damn gangbanger or a thug or a hood nigga. Everybody not like that.
That's true too.
But that's how they label us, and it's crazy because they label us as poor, unintelligent, stupid,
inner city kids.
Yeah, inner city don't got no sense, uneducated, and they go by that statistic. So it's sad.
Just off of a look, especially. Yeah. Just off of looks. Some people, even like me, when I used to have my long nails all the time and stuff like that, they didn't think that I spoke the way I did. They would look at me and think, off rip, she's stupid. Or I could tell that they treated me a different kind of way. Until I started speaking and they were like, oh, hold on. Yeah, no. It's not one of them. So yeah, equal opportunity for us is very important, and that's something that more than anything we should all be pushing for.
Yeah, that's all we can ask for. But we're gonna move on to another topic. But as you join the chat, know that we talk back, so go ahead and say what's good in the chat as you hopping in. I see a couple people joining in as we going on. This is a later stream, so we get into it. So let's move on to the next topic. I know you guys don't know nothing about this, but some of my subscribers some of my viewers may know about this. So I did a video the other day, and it was basically saying about how some women do not know what men want. They have no idea. And this woman is talking about this one lady. So what a lady did, she's referring to a lady. She flew a man out to Rome, had a threesome with him and the girl. On her birthday, she ate his booty. She did all these things, Shit. Then got back from Rome, and he dumped her because he was like, I don't really want to be spoiled like that. Like, that's not my vibe. So she was trying to court this man, and he wasn't really fucking with her like that. But so this lady right here said that into response says I don't want to retweet the girl who was about to become a Twitter main character because I don't want to join in on what inevitably will be hundreds of people calling her an idiot. But I do think that a modern woman often make the crucial mistake of courting men the way they'd want to be courted.
I do see that happen because what's the name? Y'all hear it all the time. Especially, I don't know if this is an island saying, but they say, "Oh, she's buying her man." Y'all never hear that? She buying her man, meaning
what's that, Tisha?
Meaning that you are basically financing this guy in order to kind of get him. You get what I'm saying? So that's what this is, the modern term of.
I'd say she did that for the wrong person. Cause me, I wouldn't all gang. Damn, all this. I'm with her. We traveling and all this.
You've been on for that.
I would have rocked with her.
I think it's different guys.
Yeah, it's different.
But I would have been.
Y'all don't know what y'all want.
What if you can't do that in return?
I would have. What you mean?
What if you can't do that in return?
Then you lock. It's like a dead end street.
I don't know if that's what
if
really
I couldn't
happens.
be able to, then
in this situation, that's what it was.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't know if that really happens where a guy who is not able to do this for the chick, if he feels a certain kind of way, like, oh shit, she did all this stuff and I can't do it, I feel like they'll be like, shit, babe, do what you do.
It might be
take care of me.
It could feel.
She's crazy.
It could feel intimidating.
What's good, chat?
It could be intimidating because she did all this. Like, nigga, how the hell I'm going? Like, could you say how the hell I'm going to return this to her? And shit, I can't do this.
I just think it's a certain kind of woman and a certain kind of man. Because a lot of women have problems with now.
Sneaky money.
What a lot of women have problems with now is that guys aren't able to kind of afford the lifestyle that they want to live, right? So a lot of women, they make that lifestyle for themselves, and then they become this thing called independent woman. So then when they decide to go and become, get with a man, right? They are already independent. So they feel like if they are getting with the man, they already got what they could, they already doing what they should be doing for themselves.
Right.
So it don't hurt to kind of support this man in the sense, and that's how that buying a man comes from. Because they
I think he was spooked.
No, he was
No,
intimidated.
he was in love with another woman.
That's
and
what
I
it was?
guarantee you, she didn't do half the things that this chick did.
That's not what he wanted, though.
Yeah.
It's not what he wanted. He said, you show me this luxurious life and stuff like
That's so
that.
sad.
And I know that you appreciate me. I understand it, but it's someone else that my heart belongs to right now.
So why he didn't tell her that before she did all of that shit?
He went to Rome. He went to Rome.
Shit, I want to go to Rome too.
Exactly.
Shit,
It's good, homie.
I want to go to
Just
Italy
went for the
too.
trip. Oh.
I would keep my mouth
Shit, I want to go a couple
keep his mouth
places.
shut. He enjoyed the whole shit. Then he's like, yeah, that was fun, But I'm gonna have to set you down over here because
He could have kept it going longer, honestly.
Then they got his booty ate on her birthday.
Damn.
Cake.
The biggest thing too.
That was
on
her
top of
birthday cake, that booty.
I swear.
what
She
this
got
is an
booty.
independent woman is shit. I forgot. The whole thing is because now he, like you say, he gotta come back with it, and no, most women feel like they had the money, so they expect you to have that money in your own, so you could cover her too. When it comes,
Let me tell y'all something. What I always see on movies this happen. It could happen in real life too. Well, yeah, it does happen in real life. So you get with the chick, right? And a lot of the times this is what happens in relationships when the cheating happens. So you're with the chick and she has everything going that she should be going for herself or whatever. And then when you find out the person that your spouse decided to cheat with, she don't even have half the things that you have going on for yourself. And then that becomes the situation. It's like, you can't even do half the things, or look who you decided to cheat on me with, or whatever the case is. It's like, do y'all lower y'all standards or something? Like, what happened?
No, because that's not our value. Our value doesn't. What you guys value doesn't lie in that for us. Do half you can do. What do you mean do half you can do? And first of all,
Maybe that's the problem.
But no, first of all, like, you understand what it is for a man to cheat.
Tell me.
It's just a fuck.
That's it.
So all the other stuff you factoring in doesn't even matter.
But what about the ones that have relationships where they feel like it's both? They're teeter-tottering, where it's just not a fuck.
That's an affair.
Yeah.
So in that situation, that
So
person
cheating and affair aren't the same thing?
it is, but it's different. You got to be specific with it.
It's
But
like
when it
no.
comes down to if you look at someone and you like, oh, she's just this, just that. Why would you do that? Listen, it could be someone that they just look good. That's it. That's it. And it could be if you ask most men, it'll be very validated reason why he cheated. Most men will be understand, like, okay, I see why. Most women, like, if she broke, why would he leave her for that?
She
She don't do
fulfilled the
half the
fantasy.
things.
So it's kind of what you're saying.
Suck penis and-
A lot of the time, the female who we do too much for men.
No, I mean, I'm not saying females do too much for men. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that that's not a good reason to question why a man would cheat. That's not why. That doesn't answer the question. Or just because a woman does these things financially, or she's in this financial position, doesn't mean that she is better than the next woman when it comes to being a good partner.
So you feel like, why do men cheat? Just
Several
because
different reasons. It's more than like the number one reason is ego. But it's much more. Then from that point, it depends on the person and situation.
Personal gain. Sometimes
No, it's on a person.
revenge.
Y'all can't-
It's different reasonings. You just can't make it one reason. It has different reasons. A girl could cheat on the guy, and the guy could do it for revenge, or he could be trapped up in he messing around with a female and she breaking him off. Because you got niggas that like pussy niggas and they getting breaked off by women, and it could become a sexual relationship.
But I think that's what that would be what the situation is saying.
Yeah.
There are some, and that's what I was trying to say. There are some men that are okay with a woman taking care of them.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that is true. That is true. I mean,
And I think that's the independent women, especially, they do it.
I mean, it makes sense though. But you got to understand the dynamic of that woman. The type of woman that is probably more of a controlling woman. So she probably needs somebody to balance her out, and there'll be some guy who can be controlled. You can control a man that you
Right.
control things financially.
Exactly.
That's why you got that
Poppy
nigga want to
show.
look big and
You know,
angry. He
but
want
what-
to look big angry, want to fight everybody. But we all know controls that Nicki Minaj household.
And when it goes down, the female, the first thing they do was throw that right in his face. Would throw
Yeah,
that
you s-
financial thing right in his face.
You ain't
And they
doing
put it-
nothing. So
Nigga, I pay for that.
Yeah.
Throw it right in his face, and he gonna be like, "Oh,
what he gonna say? That-
No, he gonna talk.
no,
What he
how?
gonna say?
How
gonna
you just demanded like emasculated him like, nigga, I pay for that. Nigga, what the fuck? He
And
gonna
that's
look
why
at you. He like,
Yeah, in a lot of those situations, a lot of times women get caught up in bad situations like that because they get a man who knows that he can't compete financially with his woman. So what he did is he may try to pull her down emotionally. And that's when he has emotional abuse in those situations because he pulls her down. You can't. Sometimes it's tough to climb the tree to get the fruit. So you just chop it down. Fruit fall on the floor. Just pick it up and eat it like that. So that's what a lot of people in that position to do, especially men, because there's still a man at the end of the day. So he's gonna try to get some type of power, some type of control. It's just natural.
So like all men, they have this ego thing where they want to feel more superior than whatever
all
female.
men.
I wouldn't say all men, but
Majority.
that's
A good
something.
amount.
That's something with
you can say men
Most
in general.
men in general, I would say, but not all men. But men in general, you have some ego. You have some pride about yourself. I would want to fuck with, as far as like homies with dudes that got pride. I would want to do that. Want to be on my team, my boy, to be competitive. Want to make sure he take care of things in his household. We have conversations. We think about how to make our money grow, how to move on in our career. I want to be cool with dudes like that. I want to be cool with a dude that like, I don't want my lady to be working through pregnancy. If she pregnant or some shit like that, she could take her time off and just vibe and nest while we grinding. I want that my wife ain't got to be 60 years old working, 70 years old working. I want people thinking like that. I'm gonna make sure my kids can have all the choices possible in life. So right now, all the homies, we busting our ass, trying to take everybody head off that's in our way. That's the type of men men should be.
Because you're supposed to surround yourself with like-minded people as well. So of course, and when you have friends, you should want friends that think like you, because they motivate you to do better. Well, they're supposed to. But a lot of the times we find friends that, or people in our life in general that kind of, what we're seeing is they don't want you to grow because they are, in a sense, jealous sometimes of you. And that's why a lot of people, they are in certain relationships and they don't know how to get out of it because everybody around them, they might be gaining something from that relationship. Where we see it happen a lot of times in like marriages where that spouse is the one who has money. And they're gaining from it, so they don't want you to kind of, oh no, you need to stay with him. He a good man, and he might be beating your ass, but yeah, he got a little check. But at the end of the day, it's not a good guy.
Yeah, I mean that's very true. That's why you gotta have that conversation. You gotta talk about that type of shit and be very, very candid. But you can't play when it comes to domestic violence. That's something you cannot play about. And all the family members file if you trying to cover that shit up. You cannot play with domestic violence. Just a situation. I just posted about a young lady, and unfortunately, her name Drea Lloyd, and she was missing a couple of days ago. Was dragged up out of her job. At 12:30 at night, was beaten, put in the car, but they found the car today.
That was in Homestead, right?
Yeah, it was breaking news on
Yeah,
that.
I was telling you about that earlier.
I seen it was like, because I was in the gym and it said
What?
breaking
She
news.
was dragged out of her job.
She was caretaker, dragged out of her job, and it was about a boyfriend, the boyfriend, baby
the ex,
daddy.
yeah, whatever. Something like that.
he was cheating. She threatened to leave him, and then he came, dropped out of the job, and killed her.
Did they find her though?
They found her in the canal.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
They said they found her in a car and all that.
She was in the car in the canal.
I'm not sure because I was in
the car was in the canal though.
Yeah, because I seen it. I was like, kidnapped female. What the? What is this? Breaking news.
Man, these dudes, man.
But yeah, so domestic violence can't play with that.
No.
That's why I say both female and male. It don't matter if it's a little tap or nothing. You looking at chill. Cause one little tap could easy move on and on and on. Next thing you know, they punch you in the face. You like, how the hell this happened? Because a couple months back, you allowed her to playfully just hit you and then all that. My bad, but playfully hit you and you let that slide. And the way people mind work is, oh, I did this. You let that slide. I could go more.
Yeah.
I did this. Let it slide, and it gonna progress more and more. Then now you in a situation like, how the hell did this happen?
Yeah, that's why I was very surprised when a situation happened with me, and I came to tell the women in my family, some women in my family, and they wasn't reacting like me. I'm like, because a girl had to put her hands on me, so I said I'm cutting her off because she put her hands on me, and they wasn't having the same sense of urgency about it.
Like, why you cut? Like, you need to cut
still
off.
speaking to the person. I'm like, y'all don't.
Understand what
I know I'm a big 6'1" dude. I know I'm a big guy.
It comes in just like with Terry Crews and say, that's a big person. How you allow this to happen? And you like,
what could you do?
Yeah. You don't know you're a big person. You could defend
it. Should go both ways. That's
true.
Yes. It should not just be one-sided in a relationship where there is abuse. And that's what happens though.
In general.
And that's what happens. A lot of guys or females, they feel like when it comes down to a female abusing a guy, it's like looked upon as but if a guy decides to hit a female, it's like, oh, why would he do that? Da, 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 da. So I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, so that threw me, it caught me. But yeah, we got a call, fair all across the board because I was in the bed, back turned, and started feeling punches on my back. What if that was a knife?
Yeah, bro.
So
I actually seen a video like that.
It progresses easily to where you like, how the hell did he allow her to do that?
Most niggas don't have patience like that though, bro.
And when he strikes back,
knock that female clean out.
And when he strikes back,
but
it's a whole different story. Like I seen one where it was an NFL player.
No, that was uncalled.
I think ex NFL player, NFL player, and the girls was going in on him, just throwing punches. And this boy like, yo man, don't do it, don't put your hand on her. And he recording it the whole time. She taking her shirt off, like she fighting him like a nigga.
Damn.
And I'm like, yo, and she was like tall, same height and all. Fucking boop, 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 boop. But he can't throw no hands. As soon as he throw hands, he locked up.
Done. That's crazy, man. But let's go keep progressing it. Appreciate y'all in the chat, man. Keep talking shit. Let's move on though. So some more sad news. We're gonna get to some more lighter things, but just gotta show our respects, other day, Nick Cannon's son, his son,
youngest
son, Zen, has passed away. I'm not sure what he may have been struggling with, but
I think it was brain cancer.
Brain cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's so sad, man. So condolences.
Yes, definitely.
His son.
And he was crying on his show. He decided to tell everybody. But you know what? It's so funny how life works where right before, like the day before, I don't know if y'all have seen that he was trending on Twitter where they were talking about what he wore on the show. It was in his print was showing. And for him to have been dealing with that too. Yeah. It's like, damn, people are just so ruthless. They don't even, you just look at stuff and he was trending for that. And then the next day he comes out and says this. It's like, damn.
Yeah. That's one thing about, when you live in that life, man, no matter what, every single thing you do, people are going to react to it, talk about it. Your life ain't your life no more, low key.
But that's how society is when compare celebrity men to celebrity females. Because you seen they ran with it. his sexual stuff. Like, but let it been a female, it would have been a whole backlash, and that's why I say, like, y'all run with the male. Whenever it's a male sex thing being leaked, y'all run with it like crazy. But when it's a female one,
That's not true.
That's not true. It is true. It is true. You can see it with Chris Brown and y'all run with it. Oh, wow, his penis. Blah, blah, blah. But let it be a female. Oh, my God. I can't believe
Y'all do it every day.
I can't believe this, and this.
True, Mike. True, Mike.
What do you mean how do we do it every day? What I'm saying is,
Tell me what you're saying.
y'all, now I won't say justified, but y'all give a pass when it, oh no, this a male organ, y'all sexualize it and all that, y'all run with it, but let it been a female.
They do that. That's what I'm saying.
It's a whole different story. Like, oh no, I can't believe y'all around here sharing it and stuff.
Y'all do that anyway. If there are certain females that are on these social media sites and they do put their bodies or whatever on social media because they want that attention, and you guys send it around and sexualize it the exact same way that females do it. So it's not a gender specific on.
No, do you understand that it was a leak? A leak, meaning that it was out while his authority or whatever, it was put out. And the medias go crazy when it's a male. Oh, da, da, da. But when it's a female, y'all try to bash that and be, oh no, da, da, da. You shake hands, but it's true. You can look at Chris Brown and all of them. It's a whole list where y'all like fantasize over or whatever.
It happens.
Right. Shrug your shoulder. But, go on.
All right. So we got Erica Badu. She out here robbing a cradle. But she could do the hell she wants to. But basically, she dating the 27-year-old. Think she just hit 50. And she wants to know why everybody like feeling some type of way about her dating a 27-year-old. You know, Erica Badu, she living her life. She's always lived her life the way she wanted to live in it. Like that bitch golden. So what do you guys think about her dating this young man? And should it be
Andre?
First of all, who is he?
Come up, Andre 3000.
Andre 3000.
Who is he?
I don't know.
Does he have any
Some
status
random
or
guy.
anything?
Some nigga. I don't know.
Hey, that's her. She can do what she want. He grown. They both grown. Can't tell nobody who to date. I think that's what's wrong with the society now. If you grown, you're legal, you of age, let the person date who they want to date of the opposite sex. That's what we promote on this podcast here, the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? but other than that, I don't have no problem with it. It's not like if he was like if he was like, let's say 18 or something, then I would have been like, what the, you know what I'm saying? But
that's legal too. So what would have been the difference?
Yeah, but the age gap. They still have a big age gap, but still.
This is why I feel like this is wrong.
You feel like it's wrong?
Yes. I feel like it's wrong because she could be his mother.
So?
I feel like there are if a guy was to, let me not even say that because that's what happens now.
Say that.
No, because that's what happens now.
You can keep it equal. You can't be like, you can't say that because if it was a guy, it would be acceptable.
It's the same thing.
No, but that's what happens now.
It's a female.
It shouldn't be.
Why not?
It shouldn't be acceptable neither way is what I'm saying.
It's equal.
Because
they're both
to me, I
adults.
feel like both of them have, everybody should date inside of, let's say, their age bracket.
Why?
They are in two different genres.
Why?
These two, they're in two different, what I might consider as,
You mean two different age, not genre.
Why? As Stacey
Generations.
said. Why?
Because they have different outlooks on things. They
How
have
you know
different,
that? That's your
because they're in
perception.
two different generations.
But that's your opinion of how you feel about their two lifestyles and how they think, how they feel, the emotion intake of what they lifestyle. You can't tell somebody how to think, how to act, what to eat, That's the problem with society and just social media. Social media, look at that. Oh, she shouldn't be dating him. She need to date somebody in her age bracket. So she want to go younger. She needs some younger penis in her life. So what's the problem with that? And he might want some wrinkly up sack. What's the problem?
Some experience.
I don't understand why let the people live. Let them do what they want to do. They humans just like they breathe just like us. They drink liquor and Casamigos and Hennessy and eat ribs and subs and stuff just like how we do.
I just look at it like this. A lot of people say all of that shit until it's somebody who they know like a child of their own.
Man, we see that shit all the time, though.
Their own personal child. Then it's like this, so why did you decide? Unless that person has some type of money in this situation, probably. That's when it's looked upon as. If she was dating a crackhead that was this age, everybody would be looking stupid now.
We could put ourselves in that situation. Yes, I will feel some type of way, but I gotta sit here and be like, they're an adult. What the hell I'm gonna do?
I wouldn't care less who she dates, honestly.
You
but
made a whole fuss about it.
I mean,
But
I'm
no.
trying to think about it. I'm trying to think about it.
What's up?
Because as y'all was talking, I'm thinking like, damn, he's 27 years old. He probably probably can get everything together financially and stuff. But I'm like, damn, wait.
He coming
It's
up.
it's not like he can get her pregnant. You feel me? I mean, he possibly can, but he could probably, have his fun. It's like a girlfriend. He can still get his stuff together. He not gonna get no real big issues financially. He can still grow. Do his thing.
And that's
if
the
she
thing.
giving him the
He
chance
can
to
still
grow.
grow, meaning she could mold him into the man.
I just think
can't
that
vote?
with time,
because he's younger.
I just think that with time, you never could get it back, right? So if you are in this relationship, what are you building? What are you getting from this relationship besides experience?
Status. Status.
Because if it was a female who was the younger one, it's like you are
Financial
aging.
gain.
It is. I'm trying to think of the couple who just broke up. And Kanye was dating some young girl. She's a model, pretty, got green or blue eyes or something. She's like really young.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. Kanye, how old is Kanye? Like when he in his 40s, right?
I think in his 40s.
45, 43, somewhere around. And the girl was like 20 something.
You know her name?
I can't remember her name.
My point exactly. She didn't gain shit from that.
We don't know his name.
It don't matter.
Exactly.
We didn't
Gaining,
know-
not
we didn't
gaining
know-
anything. Y'all said it's gaining financial status
Yes,
or
Good evening, world.
y'all don't know him.
The point that I was
We
trying
don't
to
know
make
them.
that with
True.
I'm trying
You're
to
not
tell,
gaining shit. Only thing that you're losing is time. Is what
we're
I'm
not
saying.
about gaining
him
or
or-
losing.
Don't-
We
the younger?
they're dating in a relationship.
When you date, what do you get? What are you trying to get to?
I'm trying to get to know that individual.
Okay, and what are you trying to? The ultimate goal in dating. What are you trying to do?
Everybody got different ultimate goals
Yeah,
nowadays. So I
nowadays
don't
it's
know what this
different.
young gentleman here ultimate goal is. He could be just trying to fuck, gain money, whatever. I don't know what his ultimate goal is. I can't answer that. Shit.
Nowadays, everybody's not aiming for marriage no more.
Yeah,
And they aiming for kids,
They aiming for the better themselves.
sex.
for the
This nigga-
bag.
Some
This
people
nigga
have
aiming
short-term goals. Sex is what they aiming for.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he aiming for this conversation.
Yeah.
Let everybody know, I'm the nigga that's digging up in Erica Badu.
Badu.
It's me.
Publicity.
I'm him. He seen that window seat video, them cheeks all out in the streets, that booty cheeks out in the streets. He like, yeah, one day I'm gonna be up in there. And this, look what he have now. He gets matching clothes and shit.
All the
Kind of
The
shit.
next thing he got to do is drop a song, and that's when y'all know.
Oh, I ain't listening to that
If
shit.
he drop a song, y'all already know what it was.
I ain't listening to that shit.
Well, her on the future.
Fuck out of here with that shit. All right, let's move on. All right, so Juicy Smooth Yay. Juicy Smooth Yay.
Back at it again. I see.
Back at it again. So Juicy Smooth Yay is out here doing nasty things. So he was doing some nasty things with him, his attackers, his alleged attackers. They're maintaining that they knew him. It was all cool. It's all set up. And we was all in cahoots. And things just coming out worse and worse for Juicy, because Juicy's trying to basically say that I got to know them and I didn't really like them like that, and they were jealous of me, or they didn't like me, or because I was gay. But then they actually like had relations.
So he knew them all along.
Yeah.
They cool.
Yeah, that's what they said.
They was hanging out. A video just recently came out of them hanging out a couple of days before the attack.
It was chilling.
They done jammed
booling.
themselves. Their case is closed then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a done deal.
I just don't like that these are supposed to be our black kings. Look at
Hey, who
this.
king? Who king?
King.
Not my
These
king.
are not.
We spoke on this. Y'all go.
I need you
early
to
episode.
apologize to our
What
nation.
This
celebrity
is
going
just
to
like our black
Subway at night?
queens, huh?
We spoke on this on an early episode. What's celebrity going to Subway at 12 at night or something like? Come on, huh?
Nigga wanted a motherfucking tuna melt. That's
Goddamn fucking I walked the Subway. Come on now in Chicago.
Windy
Come on,
City.
Playboy. Whatever city you I'm like, man, come on. Tuna, sir. That's
You right though. You got a point.
come on. Shit sounded way fishy, and that shit got way out
Yeah,
of
it got
hand.
fishy, all right.
I don't think he really was thinking before he. I don't think he thought his process, thought process for this whole thing. It looked like he didn't think. Or who do he have a lawyer?
I think so.
They're retarded.
I don't know what Juicy got going on.
And this is juicy.
He can't. He couldn't been thinking.
You need to
'Cause
call Cookie.
That's why you go to court. They dig up and they investigate. They gonna find out if you lying. You gonna get caught.
I thought you said when you go to court, they dig up.
No. That's not what we condone in that here. But yeah, man, I don't think he was thinking though.
They're gonna do a cross examination. It's gonna be a wrap.
They already did. Well, I think they already doing.
I
it.
think they did, and they was just messing up.
Yeah.
He fucking all up on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
man.
tripping.
Well, I want to know how much time he's going to get for all of these false accusations.
Oh, so that he's gonna get arrested?
Yeah,
he needs to.
He what's it?
3 years.
He it's a false or whatever, a false accusation, something where you make a lie and make the police do a whole search and all that.
Oh damn!
Mostly gonna get it 3 years. They think I'm more likely thinking
He gonna
it's
get
probably
probation.
gonna be probation.
Probation,
Definitely
community
probation.
service type shit. Well, I hope he do some good luck on that case there.
You want shit. Some people got to
I
go
don't
down.
want people to go down, man. I hope
No,
to
he
wish
gonna
the
get
best for him.
probation.
Some people need to go the fuck down.
His
Down.
acting career is a rap right now, so yeah. It's a rap, you know.
Done for. All right.
What we
So
Because
all
at the
right.
end of the day, he messing up them other boys' lives too. Y'all got to look at it too.
yeah, they stupid for accepting the money and going
Yeah.
through with it. But yeah, you right about that. 3,500 in one shot. It's kind of tough to come by for them boys, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
35, that's it.
Yeah. He paid
All they had to do
3,500.
was pose and play acting gig. I don't hurt you. Let's okay, you do this and my name gonna get out there. You know, you just do this. Okay, I'll do it.
I think that's
Money.
what it was.
Stupid.
All right. So
Shit got out of hand.
quickly. Update on the Astroworld situation with Travis Scott. So Houston law firm files $10 billion lawsuit
Jesus.
against Travis Scott and others. The firm currently represents 1,547 concert goers.
Wow.
So that's the most in one case as far as people that they're
They
representing.
going for it.
So
That's
that's
a
a
lot of
class
fucking
action for them.
Yeah.
How much people was at this concert though?
Damn.
I
I
don't
think over 50,000.
And wow, for one that's 1,500, 1,550.
They going for his head.
They kind of take that
You
thing.
should
down.
Trying
have.
to take
Dang,
it.
$10
Travis Scott,
billion
you shoulda
for just 1,500 people out of 50,000 people.
Well, people died. So
I know, but
you can't
damn.
you can't get a life back.
And the thing
$10
is,
billion?
while these people was dying, he was still performing. And people
Yeah.
was yelling. That's the thing that was damnation.
That's what's gonna eat them up in court.
Right there.
I don't. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna be a bad situation for him. I think he'll get out the situation.
He got. They supposedly. They said his insurance is fucking out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be able to cover it, but
But I heard that he filed some type of
It's a
A lot of
money.
motion. to
Yeah.
get the charges missed.
yeah.
$10 billion though.
Do you know how much money? That's what I'm saying. Not 10 million, $10 billion dollars.
Okay,
But
the Astro
For
World.
50 out of 50,000, this is only 1,500 people.
They filed for
they
that shit.
put-
10 billion. If the other, how much? Do the math. If how much left of 1,500 out of 50,000? How
I
much
don't
is
got a
left?
calculator.
About 4,500 left.
I don't know.
I mean,
that
40,
figure,
45,
that
45.
figure that you trying to tally
40.
up. Just look at it like this: it's
That
10 billion. That the amount of people with 1,500. That shit is just crazy math. We're not trying to get into that tonight.
But the thing I said, they using him as the
scapegoat. Yeah, and it's not, to me personally, he has some fault into the situation, but it's a lot of loopholes into that case. When you look at it, you have them, you know how them people act at them festivals, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go in depth with it, but that's what I'm saying. He might get off. He might have to pay something, but it ain't gonna be no 10 billion.
And then he offered, I seen, to pay for
the funeral.
But I think that a lot of people turned it down because I guess they would consider that like a
because they see dollar signs
settlement.
Yeah,
right.
they see dollar signs.
So they like, hell no, we got this. We trying to get the bigger back.
It's like, oh, he was really.
That's a lot of money, boy.
But the thing is, they using him because
he's the bigger name. That's what always happens.
All the stuff. So he's the damn target.
He's the bigger name. That's exactly what happens to a lot of people when they have, like, let's say, on the tour bus, and they get pulled over and they find drugs and guns and stuff. Yeah. Whoever's the biggest name on there is probably the one that's going to get charged because that's who they go after.
Personally, I want to look, besides the younger people, I want to see the autopsy on it, some of them.
To see what kind of drugs, huh?
Yeah.
Or if it was drugs or if it was just...
That's what I'm saying. A lot of these people up there capping. It's just like, you know how, not going off topic, you know how a person be like, oh, he raped me.
Accusation.
Yeah, and it's just, you got people after people after people coming in until they really do the investigation. Then you're going to be like, okay, this person, these 15 people over here capping. They was high as hell and they passed out due to drugs or whatever. So let's just wait and see what really happened with the case. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, let's just wait on it. We'll update you guys later.
Just wait on it. All right, so right here, this is the main topic of the night. So the stream, as you guys see, is this generation better than the last? So right here, this video is inspiring the topic. So we're gonna check this out, then get to talking.
Name something that black people, especially older black people, are not ready to hear.
A lot of what y'all consider disrespect is younger generations establishing healthy boundaries. And if I can take it a little bit further, the younger black generations are killing it right now. Going to therapy, breaking generational curses, outing predators in the family, exploring their spirituality and going beyond just white Jesus, learning ways to teach their children that doesn't involve abuse, embracing their sexuality and allowing others the dignity to do the same. I hear the older generations complaining about the younger generations, and there's a part of me that just wants to be like, y'all should be really quiet. Like, I'm not saying that the older generations didn't do their best. I'm just saying that there was a lot of trauma that y'all passed on, and that trauma is being overturned right now. And you guys should be thankful for that. Anyway, bless your hearts.
Name something that black...
All right. So, Lisa, what do you think about that right there? Do you think that is valid?
I do think it's valid. I do think that we are, as a generation, trying to get rid of a lot of trauma that we have endured from the older generation. I do think that the older generation do think that it is rude as well because they aren't used to children, in a sense, talking up for themselves. Mm-hmm. So they feel offended when you decide, they say, don't talk, what they say, what would somebody say? Don't talk back to me. Mm-hmm. That's how they will feel. Like you're talking back to them, but it's in a sense you really just telling them how you really feel. It's like there is no kind of emotional boundaries when it comes down to older people, in the sense they feel like they could say whatever and project whatever, and But when you decide to say what you want to say, it's rude or disrespectful, or So I do understand where this chick is coming from, and she is speaking a lot of facts. We are trying to heal from all of this stuff that we have endured in the past.
All right. What you think, bro? You think what you think about this right here?
Yeah, man, I think like the older generation, they have a lot of knowledge about what goes on back in the days about a lot of situations. So you look up to them. So our younger generation, like I can speak on my generation, we have knowledge. We I feel like we just a little impatient. We have the tendencies to act fast and don't really think things out. So being that we a little impatient and the older generation has a little bit more patience and they have more endurance, they could go through more stuff. So we just so quick to, we so snappy. We don't want to go through out things. We don't have that stamina to go out through a lot of things. So that kind of conflict. So when you go to, it'll be a little bit understanding for us to be like, hey, we going through this. This is how we see things. And then the older generation like, hell nah, da da da. So it's a clash. Not saying that the older generation don't care about the younger generation. It is that I think that they look at things differently than the two generations. You know what I'm saying? So when you, like, for example, if I'm talking to my mom about something, right, and I'd be like, say I want this car, for an example, right, and she like, oh, don't get this car or whatever, and then I'm big time mad or whatever. I'm like, man, why not? She might be looking at something like, hey, you got bills to pay, you got this, that, but in my age bracket, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not looking far down the path. I'm just thinking about right here, right now, at this moment. And the older generation, they don't think like that. They thinking far down the line. Not saying that our generation don't think like that. It's just that we just very impatient. We don't like to listen. I think our biggest problem is we don't listen. Our head hard as a rock. It's our way or the highway.
I can't agree with that always, because I do understand where you're coming from, where the older generation, they do, have their own outlook on life. But I just feel like times change. They are still kind of stuck in their older ways or what used to happen or things like that. But we still have time to kind of learn and make differences. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, being hard-headed in a sense, I just think that our generation have learned that they want to learn from their own mistakes. If it didn't work, okay, now I know why it didn't work. We, as our generation, we ask the question, why? I had somebody tell me I always question why. Because I want to know why. I feel like our generation wants to learn why, not just be told this is what you need to do. But why? Don't question me. Why not? I feel like we need to learn why. That's just like if they tell you to press the brakes and the car is going to stop, it's going to stop, right? Mm-hmm. If you never understand why to press the brake and you just continue to say, oh, they just say, just press the brake when it's a car in front of you. It's certain situations that happen that you have to kind of just jump, kind of hop into like a different gear and say, hey, I got to press the brake because somebody decided to run across the street, or a dog or a cat. It's not just always a car. It's different scenarios. So I think that's what our generation goes through. We have to learn our different ways when older people, they only feel like it's just their way. It's one way. Like, hey, this is how it's supposed to be always.
Yeah. It's a tough situation. It's tough things. There's some things that the older generation did way better than us, and some things that we do way better than them. Mm-hmm. But like you said, this is the information age, so we have much more information than them. So of course we're gonna be better. We have more resources to do better. So of course when it comes to that, but I must say when it comes to our threshold for being able to or just being able to handle certain things, I think we're much weaker. Mm-hmm. Much weaker. I think we are. Since we have so much things that are accessible to us, just at the press of a finger, we're lazy. I think a lot of us are lazy as hell. So I think if we combine a lot of the same traits that the past generation had with the information that we have today, we'll be able to get even further. And when it comes to it, you really got to ask, okay, in what ways and what are we trying to do? Are we better as far as our outcomes? Mm-hmm. And what outcomes? So we could say, okay, well, it may come down to if it comes to opportunities as far as jobs, yeah, but what is that actually doing for our community? If we are referring to like the black community, what is it doing for our community if we are doing better? Can we actually change that and start to convert these W's that we say we may have better than our last generation? What can we do? Because we are more further apart than we ever been before.
Sure is.
Yeah, you're right.
Sure is.
So, yeah, we may be doing better, but all right, maybe
who are we doing better for? Yeah,
individually,
yeah,
maybe, yeah. And I understand that, but from what we see in history, what community does best when they all fight for just themselves. All other communities are working together to help push each other further. Our community, we talk that shit online. We talk that great talk online. But as soon as we get any type of funds, our flex is being able to go and do things with other communities, white communities. That's our flex. Being able to move out the hood. I understand, yeah, you move out the hood, but where are you moving to? Who are you going to give your money to?
That's true too.
And we're not doing better than that.
Nope.
We're not doing better than that. When I think back then, they had much more of the idea of wanting to do that. I think we have some subcultures that are focused on those things, but then we have some bigger cultures that's pushed that they totally disregard that. They totally want to praise as far as going outside the community.
But I see what happens in the older times where they used to try to build up their own community. They stayed in their community and they tried to just build it up because they wanted their neighbor or the person who lived across or even the person from around the corner. They wanted everybody to flourish. So if that's just like what we see happen all the time, and I always tell you too, where if I'm somebody who does, let's say, yard work, and you're somebody who does fencing, and then he's somebody who does a roof. We aren't going to go and try to find somebody else out of our community that does those things. We're going to keep referring each person to each other. I know XYZ, he does the roof. You should have him come quote you. Or I know this person. But the thing that we find out is a lot of the time, our own people, they kind of try to quote us at a higher rate. Because I don't know if it's because they're trying to kind of make the money back that they didn't make from
You can't say that. 'Cause most of the time they overcharge, and sometimes they charge this price, and y'all be like, it should be less than that. But let it been a white brand or whatever, y'all gladly. Here's my card.
I just think it just depends on the name too.
Like
people don't give smaller businesses the opportunity to charge that same price.
Some small business stick the black culture to it, then they overcharge for something. You be like, this really costs like $70. It's like $20 worth, but they gonna overcharge. But some tell you a fair price that this person over here is charging the same thing, but you're gonna say, oh no, you overcharged me, pay me less.
I understand that too.
So.
How you feel about this though? About what she said about the generation?
The new generation versus old? I ain't really hear what she said, so I can't really. But I would say, from looking at it from my point of view, the new generation, they're more combative towards the things that old generation put up for. Because now you see the younger generation, they're not putting up with the work stuff, like being underpaid and all this. They said, fuck this, I'm out. And everybody like, oh wow, what are you doing to it? The young generation is lazy. No, they're not fucking gonna break their back for this for less money when they know that shit, I could be getting paid more money now, especially with COVID, where shit, people step on the job and if you ain't acting right, cool, let me go on break, I'm out. Cause fucking Starbucks paying way more than y'all, but shit, I'm out. But the older generation, they're more wiser to certain things, like with buying houses, like Tico say, seeing the further picture, but also the older generation is hard headed, so they don't see the further picture. They're stuck in that way.
Yeah,
so it's like
a point.
Everybody, I would say can't say young versus old because
everybody had their own experiences.
Like you can say this one got this over here, they win, but over here they lose. This one they win, but they lose. It's hard to say. Like
that's like what Stacey was saying.
Yeah, the older generation they put up with it. They stuck. Oh yeah, I got to do this. Okay, like Lisa, like you said, the younger generation gonna say, "Why I got to do this?"
Yeah,
they question it. Why I got to do this? It don't make sense. Why? That's from my point of view, was seeing how life is going, and especially with the information that's out right now. Because right now, I always tell myself I'm gonna be old too, and the young generation gonna be like, "Oh, you don't know how to do this? What if it's easy?"
Yeah,
like they don't know what dial phones is and all that, and you saying like, "What?" tell somebody to make the cell phone, like do the phone and stuff. Like time changing slowly. In our generation, we're seeing it because
because there's a lot of stuff on the computer that like the iPhone, they have all kind of new updates and stuff. I don't know if y'all got updated y'all phone, but I was just trying to figure it out. Somebody recently had to show me how to turn the flash on at a party. I was so happy for this. And I'm young. I'm younger than all of y'all.
And that's the thing. It's slowly progressing where now you get out of high school, you feel what the damn latest lingo is.
I don't even know how to put music on my phone no more.
If you get the latest lingo, you come out of church, and when you sit here and you hear someone from a younger generation say something, you be really shocked, like, yo. And everybody experiences. They sit there, they hear that, and they just, wow, I'm fucking old. Everybody do that. Like it's like they hit a wall. Like, I'm old. And they look at the younger person. They're like, I remember I was that age. Like I'm old.
Yeah,
you understand? Like
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I don't care. I'm not adapting that damn TikTok lingo into my damn vernacular.
That lazy shit.
Yeah, I'm like that cis head. What the fuck is a cis head?
Yeah,
I'm a man. What the fuck you talking about? Cis head.
All that stupid shit.
That whole
I'm not
thing.
doing that.
That's why I don't even have that TikTok shit.
Young generation going crazy with a cis male and all that. It's wild and
it's
crazy.
sad and wild. The younger generation, bro, they like Stacey hit on some of them. Some don't even know how to cook. They don't even know how to fry egg. They don't even know how to bake a piece of bread. They don't know how to do nothing. They don't know how to. I mean, it's real bad, bro. I have some family members. All they want to do, all day long. I have a cousin, 6'5", he in middle school. Don't want to play no basketball. Don't want to play no sports. All he want to do. I said, why you don't want to play no sports? I just want to play video games. And my father generation or my mom generation, them people, and I know for y'all moms and dads, them people used to be in the cotton field and picking corn and cooking outside and stuff like that, learning, doing hard work. We don't like hard work nowadays.
Carrying water buckets.
Yeah, we don't like hard work. So now it's like, with all this technology and all this social media stuff, I bet you I could ask you about 50 people right now. If your phone was to die, how many of y'all know a number that you could call one of your family members' numbers right now from heart?
I know
a couple numbers.
I know one number, two.
Yeah, but it's just
ask a younger person. The only number that they might know is their mom. No, probably their mom number.
But
ask them to call their girl. In my memory bank, I have numbers that I used to call when I was younger that I still remember.
But it's sad though, dog. How the younger generation is.
Like the way the young generation make money now is different from the old. It's different. You got kids who ain't even 10 years old making millions.
Yeah, that's true.
And they sitting on YouTube. You got kids, and the thing is, that's one of the things where the old heads and the young heads butt head is. Y'all, like the old heads will bash young kids with gaming and stuff. For one, low key they don't know.
You make a lot of money.
Thriving industry where people making millions.
Yeah.
Millions of
right.
money. It's getting signed on. And I know a couple of people who sat there who were gamers when this whole thing, but the old heads were like, no, you wasting your time and money,
I just think that we don't. I just think that we don't kind of push our children in the right direction. When it comes, the older generation didn't push the children in the right direction. When it comes down to, if you see they have interest in something and you kind of help them to learn, okay, if you see that your child likes video games, find out the path that they want to take. If they want to do videos for video game, buy them equipment to get the video, make sure that that's something that they really want to do. Help them understand that this is a field that you can make money from it. If this is something that you truly want to do, don't just be having them do it. So much children that I see that play sports that they don't want to really play sports, but their daddy forcing them or their mom wants them to do that.
Because they're living through them.
It's if you see a child and they have interest in, let's say, making clothes, or they have interest in dressing up, try and get them to, join different fashion industries and having them kind of be models.
Not in no Caribbean house. You talking about you 16 and you talking about you want to do fashion. You know, when this gonna come, have that conversation. you must be something wrong. You must be like body.
But it's sad though.
I think. I mean, it's like the older generation. They bash us and say we need to do this. The younger generation say, "Oh, I don't want to hear this." So it's like some points is valid and some points just be like, okay, now you dragging it. Like with the old generation where they be like, you need to do this, and then the younger generation say, you need to do it like this. Like for me, school, right? My mom is a teacher. She bashed me in school her whole career. I went to school for computer engineering. I'm goddamn driving the goddamn school bus right now. I ain't gonna tell you where I work, but you see what I'm saying? It's like I went to school to do computers, and I'm the job that I'm doing right now. I have nothing to do with computers because I was kind of directed to do either play sports or do computers. You get what I'm saying? So it's like with the older generation, I get it. They want their child to be the best they can be. But like she was saying, what Lisa was saying, if maybe they can like change their way of thinking or their perspective or way of life on the way how they see their child grow up, I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to steer your child in the right direction, but it sometimes it's hard though. It's hard. If, like you said, you got to, like my cousin, I have a cousin,
laziness.
6'5". Your natural instinct is gonna say sports, but that kid might don't want to play sports. And then what you gonna cuss him out every day because he don't want to do what you want him to do?
You find the interest. You as a parent, you guide them on the right path.
Yeah.
You don't once you begin to live your life through them. You see it in all these Disney stars. Y'all sitting there be like, wow, this person over here, fucking teenager doing drugs and all this, because their parents, everybody they lived through them.
Yeah.
And they push them, and kids, if they don't want to do something, they not gonna want to do that.
Yeah, I remember when I was 23, I was managing that store, that drug store, and I'm like, dog, everybody was happy for me, but I'm in that bitch pissed off. It's Christmas time,
Yeah,
too.
you was.
All them trucks coming in, 1,000 pieces trucks coming in. I gotta manage all this shit. Everybody on my fucking head, this shit walking in, and I'm like, nigga, I don't want to do shit, but just go create. I remember one day I walked to the back room and I text my sister and my brother and told them, listen, tell your kids that your uncle is miserable right now because he is so stuck in a position that he doesn't want to be. Make sure whatever their hobbies are, their interests, make sure you monetize it and help them be able to really be what they want to be, because their uncle's going through it. Because that shit, I just couldn't fuck with it. And everyone else was happy for me. Oh, you so young and you managing people, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this shit.
You don't want to do that shit.
See right there. That's what eat people up, because you begin to try to keep up other people's expectation of yourself, and you sit there, you fucking miserable at this job. You guys cleave. I had a job where I'm fucking miserable at, but you feel like I'm in it. I finally, like, you was unemployed, but you finally got a job, and that job mistreating you. You, like, just like Cleve, I reached out to family members, and they all were like, oh, no, you need to thug this through. You need to thug this through. And you fucking miserable every fucking day.
Yeah.
You're fucking miserable.
Yeah. So all I would say is that you do have to suck it up, though. I did have to suck it up regardless, because no silver spoons coming. Nothing's gonna help me be able to pay my bills. I had to suck it up. It just sucked that I wasn't in a position that I was working somewhere that I enjoyed, but I had to do what I had to do to make sure I could buy my leisure, buy my time to be able to chase my passion. Chase my purpose.
Yeah.
You got to be able to afford that if you don't come from a family that could pay for that time.
That's rich, yeah.
And that's
what always happens.
That's a dilemma. Right?
Do you think do you think that's our culture that have us set up like that to where we get stuck in that position?
I do think that.
Yeah.
Because like what we all can agree on is when you find quote unquote a good job in their eyes, they want you to stay there and retire from there and collect pension and all this stuff. They don't ever want you to kind of go and follow your dreams or follow your passion and say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I would prefer to do X, Y, and Z. They looking at you crazy. Like, you already got you a good job. I had something to say too. It's this board game. I think it's called Life, where you choose a career. You can either go to college, or you could go and pick up a trade. I can't remember. I think it's Life.
Yeah, game Life.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I recently played it with some of my little cousins, and they decided to go to college. And instantly in the game of Life, they make you pick a card and it tells you what your career is, right? Mm-hmm. And once you pick the career, if you go to college, you instantly have to start paying tuition, the money. You have to start giving the bank. So now the person who didn't go to college, who is on the trade, they're making more money already. Mm-hmm. Going down the board game. Yeah. While you're still stuck behind. I think a lot of people should play that with their child so they can understand there are options, yes. But I was making, in the game, I was making more than one of the ones that went to college. And I made more money in the long run than the person that went to college.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's why I had to say, this is a whole nother conversation, but I was talking to my homegirl about, we was talking about men and women when it comes to college education and stuff like that, and she said most black women are the most educated people. Well, she said the most educated people. I said the most enrolled, and she was like, we pull our part and stuff like that. Yeah, but you guys come with debt, because a lot of men are making more money, but less are making that money from college degrees. That's true. Mm-hmm. So they don't have as much debt that these women come with. That's true. Because we know we come from far as academic, business, families and stuff like that, and money financially. We know where we come from. Now I'm not saying it to shit on women that go to college and stuff like that. You got to do what you can do to be able to take care of yourself if you are not lucky enough to be in a family and be in a financial situation with your family that has a man that could take care of you. So I understand that situation. You got to be able to do what you can. So I'm not shitting on it, but I'm just putting in perspective. That's something that got to take on. But yeah, debt is a big thing, and it's something you got to look into. Serious. You come getting that money, thinking that some people don't really be able to be comfortable to years later, especially like doctors and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They're taking a lot of damn debt. But them people learn how to manage their money though. Because when they finally get it, they be like old and shit.
Be 50, 78.
And that's so sad for you to reach that age, and that's when you're able to kind of start enjoying money that you basically spent your whole life to make.
Yeah. That's what the young generation see. Like, I ain't going through all this shit.
What's good, Chigs, my boy? Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my boy Chick Smooth, best hip hop news.
Hip hop to the hip.
But that's the last topic for the night.
Yo.
Anything you guys want to add to on the way out?
Nah, I'm good.
No.
Good. All right.
Y'all like my hat? It's Christmas.
She in that mood. She one of them peoples, man.
I am one of those peoples, the Christmas spirit person. That's me. Aren't I?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. All my life, my little cousin, one of them folks. But we can go around and drop the socials around the table.
Yo, this your boy TK checking in. Make sure you check me out on Instagram, which is TK_money, and check out the Veterans Media.
Do that.
It's your boy Controversial Mike. Follow me on Instagram at MIC_LYFE. And of course, if you heard it before, follow me on my business page at Michael Seymour Designs. Sliding them DMs.
Only for business. Hey y'all, it's me, Lisa Lee. Don't forget to follow me at attractive_smiley, or my Twitter is attractive_Lisa. And you can also follow my business page at C_more_creations. And please don't forget to follow all of us at Don't Cancel the Culture.
Do that. And it's your boy Stacy. You can find me on the daily right here, posting all the damn time. But we're gonna wrap this week up. It's been another week of Don't Cancel the Culture. Make sure your way out, smash the like button, drop a comment, all that good shit. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us tonight, man. We out.
Yo.